Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's had a really nice Wednesday afternoon. We're here for your kind of afternoon stretch. This is going to be a workout that hopefully you can get some kids involved and as well as parents, if possible, kids and parents, or maybe just kids, or maybe just parents. Anyway, whoever you've got going, it'll be appropriate for everyone. So we are going to throw in some equipment just to make things a little more fun. Optional. If you don't have it, don't worry about it too much. But what we're going to use, number one, a football. Now mine has been punctured by my dog, so it's a little bit soft, which actually makes it better, but a full football is going to be fine as well. And another one is going to be a roll of toilet paper. Now don't worry, you're going to be able to use it after the session. It's not going to be ruined or anything by the use. And lastly, a tennis ball. A very small ball. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to pop those to the side for the moment. I'm going to just take a moment to go and grab whatever you need. You may also want some water. You may want to put some music on. Whatever you want to do that now while I get standing up and start working us out a little bit. Just moving these things out of the way for the moment. I'm going to start standing at the end of the mat. Check your feet. Feet should be parallel. Ribs pointing towards your hips, draw your belly button in, and then lift your arms up to the ceiling and then reach high up onto your toes. Now pull your ankles in towards each other, your heels pulling in and the inner thighs pulling together. Just that will help you hold your balance. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reach your arms out, and reach your arms out to the side, drop your heels down, drop your chin to your chest, around the spine. Check that your feet are still parallel. And then roll yourself all the way down over your legs. Now nod your head yes, just to release the back of the neck, and shake your head no. Bend your knees, get your hands down to the mat, and then walk your hands forward, breathing out as you come forward. Lift the head, check your shoulders are down, and then we're going to lift your right leg up and reach that toe to the top of the wall behind you. Breathe out, take the knee under the body to the opposite elbow. Again, lift that toe high to the wall behind, really lifting up and down. One more time, lift and lower. Come back into your plank, left leg goes up high, and then knee to elbow. 2 more, lift and lower. Last one, up and down. Come back to your plank, hold there for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lift your hips all the way up. Press into your heels, arch your back, and walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, ragdoll. Just slowly stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Shoulders on top of the ribs, head comes on top of the shoulders. Now, I want you to grab your tennis ball and place it just above your knees. So your knees are about hip width apart. I'm going to breathe out. Try to keep that ball in your knees as you drop the hips. Inhale, come back to standing. Exhale, lower. Now, if you drop your ball, don't worry about it. If you feel like it's about to slip away from you, it's a little bit tricky to hold. I'm just playing around with things. Last 2, and lift, and 1, and lift. Now, let's see if we can keep that ball between our knees as we drop the chin around the spine, roll all the way down to the mat. Bend the knees slightly to get your hands down, and then walk your hands forward, keeping that ball tight between your knees. Hold there. Now breathe in, tap the knees down to the mat. Exhale, lift. So the whole time, keeping that tennis ball just above the knee. Stay there for 3 and 2. Lift. Last 1. Let's see if we can keep the ball there as we walk the hands back, back, back. Bend the knees, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way up. Shoulders and head up last. Take a big breath in. And then breathe out, come up onto your toes. Again, a little bit of a squeeze on the ball, and then reach the arms out to the side. We're going to take the ball away. Pop it there on top of our toilet roll. Drop your chin to your chest, round the spine. Roll yourself all the way down. Bend the knees, and then walk your hands forward. This time, we're going to drop your knees down to the mat. So we're on all fours position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. I want you to extend your right arm and left leg, breathing out. Breathe in, hand and feet back down to the mat. Opposite side, left arm, right leg, stretch. And bend, and reach, and drop. Last 2, and back. One more, and take the hand and knee back down to the mat. Now zip your belly button in slightly, lifting your lower back. Now I want you to take your right hand and thread it all the way through, reaching as if somebody's pulling that arm through your body. Now we're going to reverse that. I want you to take the hand back through with the fingertips up to the ceiling. Same side again. Right hand comes through, tucking through the body, twisting the spine, hips stay over the knees, press it to the back of your arm. Take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, take the hand back through and all the way up to the ceiling. Take that hand down and change sides. The left arm 2 times, reaching through the body, head and shoulders are down. Press into the back of the arm, reach it through. Breathe in, take the hand back up to the ceiling. And tuck. Breathing out as you tuck that arm through, press into the back of the arm. And then breathe in, fingertips up to the ceiling. And then come back to all 4s. Now you're going to drop your chin round your spine into a nice big cat stretch. And then reverse it. Lift the head, lift the tailbone, arching the back. Breathing out, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under, big round spine. And then breathe in, lift the head, really arching the back. Fill the lungs up. Last time we're going to breathe out, round the spine. And now we're going to draw a circle with the ribs. Take them to the right. Down to the bottom, to the left, and up to the top. Reverse that circle. Go to the left, to the bottom, to the right, and up. So it just should feel good. Just moving that spine around. One more time each way. So imagine drawing a circle with your rib cage. Last one, all the way around. Okay, now I'm going to flip ourselves over onto our back and grab the toilet roll. Come onto your back, and I want you to place the roll between your ankles so that the hole is pointing up to the ceiling. Your knees are above your hips. We're in a neutral spine, which means you have a little bit of a gap under your lower back. We're going to point your ribs down towards the hips. So just make sure we're not flaring or lifting the rib cage up too much. Take your hands behind your head. We're going to breathe out, lift the shoulders, stretch out, and give that roll a little bit of a squeeze. We don't want to kill it. Inhale, shoulders back, bend the knees. Exhale, lift the shoulders, stretch the legs. Again, a little bit of a gentle squeeze on that roll. Scoop your belly button in a little tighter, and then inhale, drop the shoulders, bend the knees. Last one, now we're going to add a little twist. We're going to lift the shoulders, stretch the legs, and then I want you to turn that roll so that the holes are pointing to your side walls. Turn to the left. Oh, I'm about to lose my roll. If you lose it, just kind of place it back in and start again. Twist to the right for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can carefully get that roll back between your ankles. Pull your knees in. So again, you may need to use your hands to adjust the roll every now and then. We're going to try again on the other side. So shoulders up, legs long. I'm going to turn that roll with the left leg over the right. Stretch your legs, twist your left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. So you can just take that roll back in. Again, hole pointing up to the ceiling. Make sure you still have a decent grip on it. Breathe out, head and shoulders up. Turn, just slightly twist to the right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, shoulders back, bend the knees. Last one. Make sure you still have a good grip. Shoulders up, legs long, left leg over to the right, and then twist towards your left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders back, and now hug your knees and your toilet roll into your chest. Now the next one, we're going to just let that toilet roll kind of roll between your feet and your knees. And I want you just to stretch your legs out. Your legs are together. We've got the feet flexed. Don't let it kind of come over the top of the knees and pull the knees in. So it's allowed to roll anywhere between the knees and your feet, but try not to let it roll off your knees in towards your chest. And also not off the end of your legs. Just slowly extend those legs. See how far you can go. They won't go straight. We need to keep those shins parallel to the floor. Head stays down. Aim for 2 more. Breathing out. Slow, slow, slow. Just stretch the legs. That roll's going to pull in towards your knees, but try to catch it. Last one. Extend. Hold. And bend. Just pull it in before that roll drops off those knees. Good. All right. Roll the toilet paper away. A little bit of movement side to side just to massage out your lower back. I'm going to take your hands behind your head now. Knees up into what we call our tabletop position. That means your knees are above your hips and your shins are like your tabletop, parallel to the floor. Now lift the shoulders and turn towards one knee as you stretch the other leg out, and then change sides. So your legs are doing almost like a bicycle, almost pedaling, not quite, as we twist opposite shoulder towards that knee. And for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders back, pull your knees into your chest, and then try to get the legs as straight as you can. Good, flex your feet. Now you're going to take that roll of toilet paper and place it on the soles of your feet. See how straight you can get your legs without dropping the toilet paper. Bend the knees, and then get the legs straight. So imagine that toilet roll is like a really heavy weight. Inhale as you bend the knees. Now if you've lost it and you can't keep the toilet paper on those feet, don't worry about it. Just keep going through the motions. One more. Inhale down. Exhale, lift, and then just let that roll of toilet paper roll over those toes and catch it in your hands. Now you lower your arms, lower your legs, holding that paper in the hands. Exhale, lift up. We're going to pass the roll to your ankles. Inhale, lower the arms and legs. Exhale, lift. Pass the roll of toilet paper back to the hands. And lift. Now, if that's feeling really quite hard, just tap your toes. Keep your knees bent as you pass from side to side. Go one more time each way, down to the feet and up to the hands. Now pop the roll of toilet paper to the side. Extend your legs out long. Stretch through the fingertips. Stretch through your toes. Lift your hands. Lift your head. Curl your spine up so you can come up without using your hands. But if you need the hands, that's okay. Stretch forward. Inhale, straighten up your back. See how long and tall you can get that spine. Breathe out, round the spine, and slowly roll back down to the mat. Breathe in, reach the arms behind you. Breathe out, lift the hands up to the ceiling. Head peels up off the floor, shoulders back, and stretch forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back, shoulders down, nice long neck. And then breathe out around the spine as you roll all the way back. Good. Now we're going to grab our football. If you don't have a football, but do have a towel or any cushion or something, that can also work. You're going to place the hips high up on that ball and lift your right knee up, lift your left knee up, feet together, knees together, hands over those abdominals. Try to draw the belly button in, big pelvic floor lift. And then we're going to tap that right toe down. That's just kind of lifting right from underneath you. So like pelvic floor, just kind of imagine pulling up from your underside. One more time each way. Inhale down, exhale up, breathe in and out. Now lift your fingertips up to the ceiling. We're going to do the opposite arm to leg. So one arm, one leg, move, and then back to our starting point. Let's go left arm, right leg, reach and back. Aim for 4 and lift. 3, lift. Last 2. So the hips are high up on the ball. One more time. And now I want you to try to stay balanced on your ball and drop your left knee out as the right arm goes out. So opposite arm and leg, reaching to the walls to your side. Pull everything back to our starting point, back into our dead bug position with our hands above our shoulders, knees above the hips. Then left arm, right leg out to the side. Try to stay on that ball. So my ball, again, is a little bit flat, so it's going to be easier to stay balanced on the ball. If your ball is perfectly full, it's going to be much harder. And you may need to put your elbows down and just move the legs. Use your elbows to help you balance. Out and back. Now I want you to pull your knees into your chest. Hold that ball. So get your hands down to the ball and stretch your legs out. Now open the legs out like big scissors. Do like double pulses. Switch. So see how long and straight you can get those legs. One more time each way. And last one. And then we're going to bicycle the legs. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 4 the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet down to the mat. Get your hips up off the ball. Kick the ball away. And come all the way up to sit. Good. All right. Now we're going to take that ball and place it between your knees. I need to give it a good squeeze. We're gonna breathe out around the spine, roll yourself halfway back, and then exhale, lift the arms up. Inhale, drop them back down. 2 more, lift and lower. Last one, lift up and hold those arms up overhead, and then turn to one side, open the arms out wide. Inhale, touch your fingertips over your head, open the arms out the other way. Inhale, touch the fingers over your head, open the arms out. Fingertips touching over the head, and open the arms out. Now you try to lift your knees up, touch your fingertips under the legs, and then touch your fingertips over the legs as the toes touch the mat. So we touch under the legs and over, toes going up and down. Stay there, 4 and 3. 2 more. You can also use your toilet roll for this one if you don't have a football. Take your hands back to the knees and sit up nice and tall. Take a breath. Now we're going to take the ball away, and we're going to hold the backs of the knees and try to balance here. Now lift those feet up. Keep your feet parallel to your knees. Try to really lift those legs, so the feet are in line with the knees, I should say. Now we're going to extend your right arm out. Take your left arm out, hold there, and then just see them stretch your legs up to the ceiling, and then slowly lower your legs down to the mat. Reach forward over those legs. Wrap the hands around the backs of the knees, and then breathe in, just straighten up your back. We're going to do that again. Wrap your hands around the backs of the knees, pull the knees in, find your balance, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin and your chest up. Take the right hand away, left hand away. Now we try to stretch your legs out with dropping the arms with the chest, and then slowly lower the legs down. Reach forward, try to touch your toes, touch your ankles, wherever you can reach, and just pull that chest down towards your legs. One last time, we're gonna come into a straight back, and then just drag your heels in, hold your balance. Now let's see if you can lift both arms up, lift both legs up, and then this time we're gonna roll back and up and try to balance. See if you can roll back and up and balance. One last time, rolling back and up and balance. Feet down to the mat. Turn so you can see what I'm doing. Knees out. Soles of your feet together, straight back, and then ease your knees down to your sides. Add a little bit of movement left and right. Good. All right, so now our other prop that we're gonna throw in today is the tennis ball. Again, if you don't have one, that's fine. Just do this without, but again, it's just to add a little variety, make things a little more interesting. We're gonna place the tennis ball under your left knee. So you can see I just got it under that knee there. I've got my toes on my left foot really tucked down into the mat to take some of that weight. We're gonna point the toe on the right foot. We're gonna just drag that knee in and slide the leg out. So you're putting a little bit of weight into that tennis ball. You're also putting some weight into those toes. Your arms are working. Stay there for 3 and 2. Breathing out as you pull the knee in. Breathe in as you stretch the leg back. Last one. Sweep and lift. Now we're going to try to lift that leg up and down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now keep that back foot down. So you can lift your left arm up and just hold it up there. Now attempt to lift the right leg up. Hold one arm, opposite leg, and then take the hand and the foot back down to the mat. Let's see if you can lift those up again. Left arm, right leg, balancing on that tennis ball. Inhale down. If that feels too difficult, just pop that ball away and do it without the ball. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Okay, take that right knee back down. I'm going to place my tennis ball back in place. Both hands are on the mat now under your shoulders. And we're going to turn your right knee out to the side. Try to do some small circles. 4 circles. 3, 2. Now that knee's going to wobble on that ball. Just try to stabilize it. Reverse your circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right knee. Kick your tennis ball away. And sit back, stretching your arms and your hips out. Resting your head. All right, I'm going to do the other side. So now again, if you want the challenge, we try to get the tennis ball under the right knee, toes tucked under so you've got a little bit more stability. I find if you don't have the toes, you're just gonna roll all over the place. But if you have those toes tucked under, then you can keep the knee a little bit more still. Now stretch your left leg back, point that toe, we're gonna drag the knee in, slide it out, drag the knee in, slide it out. Last two, and reach, and one, reach and hold, lift the leg up and down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's even just walk that right hand out. We're gonna lift the right arm up and down. Let's go one more time, just lifting that right arm. Now if you want the challenge, lift both right arm and left leg up and down for 3, 2, and 1. Take that hand down. Let's take that ball away for a moment. Good. Now we're gonna lift the leg up. Oh, sorry, let's pop the ball back under, because I think we did that on the other side. And we're gonna take the knee out to the side and circle the knee. 4 circles. 3, 2, but feel free to take the ball away if it feels too strong. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, drop that left knee down. Let's take the ball away. Toes together, knees apart, and sit back onto your heels to stretch. Okay, flip onto your back, and we're gonna grab the football. Now the football's gonna come under your feet. Now if you don't have a football, but you do have a tennis ball, you can actually sub the tennis ball for your football. But we're just gonna have it under, like you have to really squeeze the feet together to hold that ball there. We're gonna lift the hips up and lower them back down. So with the tennis ball, the feet are quite close to the floor, but you just have you have to work a little bit harder to keep the knees together and keep your feet together. So you lift and lower. If you have a football, it's gonna be much higher. We're just gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's aim for 6. Breathing out as you lift in, as you lower. And 5, keep moving. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down. Now lift the toes up to the ceiling. Really stretch your legs. Lift your head up off the mat, looking toward the thighs. We're going to hold the right leg. Left leg drops down and touch that ball. Switch legs. Bounce, bounce, switch. Now, if you have a tennis ball, you're probably not going to get all the way down to that ball. Just aim for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders back, pull your knees in, and rock side to side. Good. Now you pick up that ball between your feet, whether it's a tennis ball or a football, doesn't really matter. We're going to pop it between your knees. You're going to breathe out, press your lower back down to the mat, and then lift your spine slowly up off the mat, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up. Now your knees should be right over your feet, and there should be a line that goes from your knees through your hips right to your shoulders. Take your hands and walk them towards your feet, and then lower your hips down. Squeeze your bum, squeeze that ball as you lift the hips up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Stay there 4 more. Now, if you have a tennis ball, I'm just going to show you what that might look like. And 3, a little bit harder to see, but still just having something between those knees that you're having to squeeze just helps you engage the right muscles. Last 2. And then hold the last one up. I'm going to breathe in, reach the arms all the way behind you. And then breathe out. Drop your rib cage down first, middle back second, lower back third, hip bones and tailbone come down last. And then take your hands back down to your side. We're going to take that ball away and pull your knees into your chest. And just breathe here. Now hug your right knee in and stretch your left leg out. We're going to lift the head, lift your shoulders, try to reach your nose towards your knee, and then switch the legs. So it's a big exhale. Each time you pull that knee into the chest, just emptying the lungs. Aim for 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to pull both knees in, stretch both arms and legs, reach and tuck. Reach. So draw your chin into your chest. Imagine you're holding apple under your chin. Last 2 and back and 1. Now you're going to hold back some knees. We're going to roll up and try to stand without using your hands. Just crossing your feet. See if you can power yourself up to standing. If it doesn't work, don't worry too much about it. Just use your hands to help you come up. Now grab that football or your toilet roll, either one will work, in your hands. We're going to step your feet out wide. Turn your toes out. I want you to squeeze your ball as you drop your hips down. Inhale, straighten up. So imagine your back just sliding down a wall. So if you see what's going on from the side, I'm not leaning forward like this. I'm just going straight down and up. Down and up. For 3, so ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips are all stacked, one on top of the other like building blocks. Hold the next one down, little pulses down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stretch your arms out, reach that ball up, pull your shoulders back. So we're like this, we're gonna lift one heel up, right heel up. Breathe in, stretch your legs, bend the knees. Lift and lower. 4 more, up and down. 3, 2, last one, hold it down, pulse it low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that heel. Now this burns your legs, it's really hard. Give yourself little breaks if you need to. Drop back down, switch heels. So your left heel is up. Reach the ball over your head. Breathe in, stretch, and bend. Lift and lower. For 3, 2, last one. We're gonna hold it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And ball to your chest, both heels high. And we're just gonna switch right heel, left heel, right heel up, left heel up. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now both heels down, straighten up the legs, turn your toes in, and reach the ball out in front of you. Just stretching out your legs, stretching out your back. Now push the ball away. Have your left hand on the mat. Try to get your legs quite wide and lift your right hand up to the ceiling. So we turn the shoulders, but keep your hips really level. Keep your hips square as you twist the shoulders. So the hips are in one direction, the shoulders the other direction. Inhale, take that hand, right hand down to the mat, left arm up to the ceiling. Turn the shoulders, try to square your hips. One more time each way. Inhale down. Exhale, switch hands. Twist the hips. And down. Last one, up. And down. Turn your toes out. Bend your knees. Round your spine and roll yourself all the way up. Just roll the shoulders back. Roll them forward. Wrap your hands behind your back. And then hinge yourself forward. Let the arms drop away from you. And just kind of balance a little bit gently up and down here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down to the mat. And we're going to come down onto your side. Good. Now prop your head up onto your elbow. Pull your shoulder, that top shoulder behind your back. Draw your tummy in. We're going to lift both feet up off the mat. Now try to point your knee up to the ceiling. Kick your foot up to the ceiling and then pull your heels back together. 2 more times. Knee to ceiling, toe to ceiling. Draw the heels back together. Try to keep your lower leg up off the mat. Last one. Knee, toe, and then heels come back together. Now point your toes. Stretch your body a little longer and then lift that top leg up. Bend the knee and slide the toe from the inside of the knee of the lower leg to the heel. Lift, bend, and sweep that toe along the lower leg. 2 more, up, bend the knee, try to turn the knee up to the ceiling. Last one, lift, bend, and sweep. Now we're gonna bend the knee up that lower leg, just pop it down to the floor and just sweep the top leg forward and back. 4 more times, sweep forward and back. Try to keep your back still and straight, so we're not rocking side to side. Last 2, and 1, come back in line. Now we go up and down. 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Now drop your head, stretch your arm out. Just let the head rest on that hand. Take this hand up to the ceiling and see if you can move both legs without wobbling too much through your upper body. So through your shoulders or your ribs. Just try to keep this still as you move your legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come back together. Just squeeze the legs together. Drop the feet down and up. Legs together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the feet. Drop that top knee forward. Now you can draw a big circle with your arm all the way around your body. Just push the ball, the toilet roll, everything out of the way. Another really big circle. Reverse your circles to the other way. Last one. Good. All right. Take your knees together and spin yourself around. Flip yourself over to the other side. We'll start with that head propped up, heels together, shoulders back. Bend the knee, knee shines up to the ceiling, toe points up to the ceiling, flex foot, heels back together. Again, bend, knee to ceiling, toe to ceiling, heels together. 2 more. Knee, toe, and then squeeze legs back together. Last one. Knee up, toe, and reach. Now we're going to reverse it. Point the toe, lift the leg all the way up, point that toe to the ceiling, bend your knee, and then slide the toe from the inside of the knee to the ankle. 3 more. Lift, bend, and sweep. Last 2. Bend, sweep. 1 more. Up, down, and keep those legs together. Now we're going to bend the knee of the lower leg. Just let that leg rest down. We're going to kick the top leg forward and back. Just kick all the way in front of you till you almost get up to that, in line with your hips, straight in front of you. 4 and 3. Try to keep your spine, keep your back from moving. 2 and 1. Take the leg back in line with the rest of the body, and then lift the leg up for 4, 3. Try to get that foot as high as you can. 2 and 1. Now stretch both legs out. Take your hand out, and we're going to scissor both legs. 8, 7. So you can take your fingertips up to the ceiling. No movement from this point up through the top of the head. Just the legs that are moving. 3, 2, 1. Legs come back together. Squeeze them together. Drop the feet down and up for 4, 3. Last 2. 1 more. Up and hold. And then drop the feet down. Slide that top knee forward. Hand from the head holds the knee. And the other arm sweeps all the way around your body. Good. 1 more big circle. Really stretching, reaching through those fingertips. Reverse your circles to the other way. And then last one. Good. Okay, take your knees back together. And we're going to come all the way up to sitting. And then just cross your legs out in front of you. Sit as tall as you can. We're going to take your hand across the opposite knee and reach the other hand behind. Just twist your spine. Breathe in, grow yourself a little taller. Really wrap your muscles around your middle. Breathe out, twist a little further. Then change sides. Left hand across the right knee. Breathe in, grow a little taller. Breathe out, twist a little further. And then come back to the center. Now, we're going to do like a little, almost like a crab movement. So I want your fingertips to point in towards your hips. And we're going to lift your hips up off the mat. So just try it. It's like a reverse plank. So we're looking up to the ceiling. Now we're going to bend the elbows and then straighten them out. Bend and extend. 3 more. And 2. Last 1. Now we're going to drop your hips down and stretch your legs out in front of you. Straighten your arms up, and so you can press into your heels so you can get your hips up and down. 4 more. Lift and lower. Now, if you find that too hard, just bend the knees a little bit and just do it from here. Lift and lower. Last 3. Otherwise, we're out here. 2. And then hold the last one up. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the hips down. Just move those arms. Just kind of shake out any tension. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. And then one more time. Take the hands down under the shoulders. We're going to bend the knees this time. And lift the hips up again. But now we're going to lift one knee up. And we're going to bend the elbows, drop the hips. Just bend and extend for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right foot down. Left knee comes up. And again, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot comes down. Just bend the elbows. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your hips between your hands. Lift your arms up to the ceiling and then bend the elbow, pull the elbow in. Try to connect your fingertips together behind your back. Just kind of wriggle until the fingertips touch and then kind of wrap them around each other. Lift your head up and breathe. Switch the arms. Left elbow pulls in, chin up. Fingertips together behind your back. Add that little wriggle to get more of a connection. Lift the head and breathe. Good. Okay, we're going to flip over onto your front and we're going to let's use the toilet roll this time. Now first we're going to have that toilet roll in your right hand. Your feet are about hip width apart and I want you to try to draw your belly button up away from the mat. You're going to lift the chest and pass the ball into both hands. Reach the the toilet roll down the backs of your legs and then hold it in your left hand. Now we're going to hold it with both hands. Again, reach down the backs of your legs, lift your chest up, pass it to the right hand, drop everything down, lift the chest, hold that toilet roll in both hands, reach down towards your heels, and then roll, pass it into your left hand. One more time, lift, reach, and lower. And last time, lift, reach, and lower. Now take that roll in front of you. And we're just going to put your hands on the roll, but lightly. Again, we don't want to smush it. We want to be able to use it. We're going to lift your chest, pull the roll in, roll it out as you drop the chest. Lift the chest, pulling that roll in. Exhale, roll it out. Breathe in, lift, rolling towards you, and then roll it away. One last time, rolling in, and then rolling out. Now just kick that toilet roll to the side. We don't need it anymore. I want you to have your hands at the corners of your mat and your feet at the corners of the mat. So it's like your body's like an X through the middle of your mat, around your carpet, wherever you are. Take a big breath in and then breathe out. Lift the arms and legs and go out to a skydive position, back into our X. So arms out, legs wide out into that skydive, back into our X. 2 more, reaching out, almost like a jumping jack, but kind of just resting on your tummy. Now lower the arms, lower the legs, take a breath. The next one, we're just going to lift the right arm and left leg, and then switch left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, and switch. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then drop everything down. Take a big breath in. We're going to breathe out, lift the chest and pull your elbows back. Inhale, reach them forward. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, forward. 2 more. Elbows into a W shape behind your ribs and forward. Last one. Elbows back and forward. Good. Now I want you to make frog legs. Now your heels touching, your feet are flat and kind of flexed. Your toes are pointing out and your knees are at the edges of the mat. Try to lift your knees up off the mat. Squeeze your heels together and then drop them down. 5 more times. Just relax your upper body. You can rest your chin on your hands. Lift those knees up off the mat. Squeeze the heels tight. Scoop your belly button in and then lower. Exhale, lift. Now, if your knees don't get very high up off the mat, don't worry too much about it. You're still probably activating the right muscles. So this is kind of where your bum meets your lower back. So these are the muscles right here that I'm pointing to that we're trying to work here. Aim for 3 and 2 and hold the last one up. Squeeze those heels tight and so you can stretch your legs out. Bend the knees, extend. So I'm trying to keep my knees hovering up off the mat. Last 3 and 2. Last 1, point and flex. Drop your knees and sit back onto your heels. Just stretch out your back again. Okay, the last exercise before we stretch, we're going to hinge ourselves forward. So your knees at the edges of the mat, your toes touching behind you. I'm going to turn your fingertips so they're pointing in towards each other. Keep your hips forward as you drop your chest down to the mat. And then press the mat away, straighten up the arms. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you lift. Now, I don't want to see you doing this, sinking that chest down, leaving the hips behind. We take the hips with us as we go down and up. For 3, make sure you're still breathing, never holding the breath. Last 1, Straighten up the arms, check your shoulders are down the back, zip the core a little tighter, and now we're gonna go down in 3 steps. So go halfway down, hold, a little lower, and see how low you can go. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1, straighten the arms. Inhale, and then exhale, come halfway down, so you can go 1 inch lower, a little lower still, hold there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and again, stretch. Next one, I want you to come all the way down, lift your hands off the mat, place them back down, and lift all the way back up. We're gonna do that again. Lower all the way down, lift your hands off the mat, hands back down, straighten up the arms. Last one, lower the chest, lift the hands, and then press the mat away, and sit back onto your heels again. Good. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of a stretch for the backs of your legs. So I'm going to stretch your legs out into a wide V and try to have your toes pointing up to the ceiling. You're going to take your right hand and touch the inside of your right knee and just slide that hand along towards your ankle, turning your rib cage, looking up to the ceiling, and then reach the upper arm over your head towards that toe. Try to pull the toe up in towards those fingertips. And then press into the outside of that elbow just to twist the ribs slightly further. And then inhale, come back up to sitting. Now, if you need to sit higher on a cushion or something, that's absolutely fine. If you're not getting your legs perfectly straight, don't worry about it. Just try to keep those toes pointing as much as possible up to the ceiling. Left hand to the inside of the left knee, slide it along, keep reaching, turning the torso, reaching the arm over your head, look up to the ceiling, so you can press that elbow out to turn the torso a little bit more and reach that top arm, those fingers towards the toes on that leg. Breathe in, come back to sitting up nice and straight. We're gonna do one more time each side. Right hand comes to the inside of the knee, slides towards that ankle, rotate the shoulders, look up to the ceiling, reach your arm over your head, towards hands reaching towards those toes. Breathe in, straighten up. Breathe out, slide the left arm, turn the torso, reach the arm overhead, and then come back to the center. Now slide your hands forward all the way as low as you can go. Maybe pulling those arms out towards your feet and see how low you can get that chest. Come back all the way up. And we're going to take the feet together. I'm going to just turn myself here and slide towards your toes and see if you can touch those toes. If you can touch your toes, try to loop your fingers around your big toe and just pull down. Let your head hang over those legs. And straighten up your back. Come onto your back again, grabbing your big toes. I want you to pull your knees in towards your armpits. And then extend one leg out. So this is called the happy baby pose. You'll often see babies just lying on their back like this. It feels really good. Stretching one leg out, then the other leg. If you've got socks on, you can also just grab your feet, kind of wrapping around the arches of your feet as you stretch one leg out, and then the other leg. Then try both legs. Good. And back. And then take your right leg up to the ceiling, left leg drops along the floor, and then just let that leg kind of cross across your body towards the left. Just pull it in so you get a bit of a nerve stretch. You might feel a funny kind of nerve through the back or the outside of your leg. Hold there, and then pass the leg into your right hand for the inner thigh stretch. So you feel that stretch on the inside of your leg. Back to the center. Just going to extend that right leg out. Lift the left leg up. Hold the back of the leg. And then again, just cross the leg across the body. Pull. And then switch to the other side for that inner thigh. Come back to the center. Now we're going to cross your ankle over the opposite knee. Kind of get your hands through your legs. Open your shoulders out. Pull the knee into your chest. Add a little rocking left and right. Good. And then switch the legs. Left ankle across the right knee. Hands around the back of that right thigh. Again, open your shoulders or just sink your shoulders down into the mat. Make sure your head's not up. Try to keep the head down. Pull the knees in. And then both feet down to the mat. Roll yourself all the way over. Knees on the mat. Chin to your chest. Now, if you're a kid, you've probably completely lost interest by now. But if you have made it through the entire class, pat yourself on the back. Definitely, you deserve a special treat this evening. Lift your hips up to the ceiling and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, roll yourself all the way up. Oh, there's my dog. Grabbing her tennis ball, lift the arms up and finish with a balance. Sitting nice and high on those toes. Reach your arms out to the side and lace the fingers together behind the back. Hello. Yes, like your throat ball. Have a good day. Check in with us tomorrow. Please subscribe on YouTube to get Brooked Pilates. Hope you enjoyed the session. Any feedback, really welcome. Any kind of equipment requests that you may have, we'd really appreciate that. Thanks. Bye.